Alright. Hello everyone. Welcome, welcome. What's up, Phobos Agent? How you doing? What's up, Slime? How you doing? Hope you guys are doing good today. As you can see, well, my game capture is not right. Boom. There we go. Now you can actually see the video game. Now, as you can see from the title, I'm actually don't have anything specific in mind today. So I think what I'm gonna be doing is I'm just gonna be grinding pretty much everything this stream. So I'm gonna do a run of Fox, a run of Tar, Mule Deer, or whatever, and see how it goes. But since we are now on Sal's Reason, it seems like I think I'm gonna be starting with Fox. So we'll do like a couple of runs of Fox. Fox has been going okay. I think my respawns are working decently again, which is very nice, so that's been pretty good. They are very brutal as always, though. I have not got a single trophy since I've come back, I don't think. I've killed 132 males on the grind number 2. I'm really hoping this will be the lucky grind that I've been waiting for so long. Dude, imagine if of all grinds it's gonna be the Red Fox. Wouldn't that be just absolutely insane? I'm gonna have to open my chat on my phone real quick, and then I'm good to go. Alright. No problem, Slime. Let's see. I'm actually almost out of bullets. That's kind of insane to think about. Should probably buy them right away if I'm being honest. Also, hello Edgy. How you doing today? Hope you're doing good as well. Bro, not there. Here. Let's just buy a little bit of them so I don't run out this stream. Let's put on my macro that buys bullets for me. Good to hear, Reggie. I'm doing pretty good too. I think that's quite enough for now, though. True, Agent. True. Be fair, like, when I go and start to actually study again next year, I don't got time for this anymore, so this might be like the next year, hopefully, unless I run out of motivation again for like a few months. Then it should be a full year, but I'm gonna try to, you know, do the channel for the coming year, so maybe we can get something cool going on, but yeah. I just feel like I can't promise pretty much anything, just so I don't create any false promises by accident. That is true, Slime. You know, the thing is, like, it kind of depends, though. Because if I can somehow make this channel pop off, you know, in the next year to where I actually make a little bit of money, I think that's gonna help. But if I don't, like, make a dime, or enough to where it's actually useful, I don't think this is really like a thing I can do. Because then I need to actually gain money or earn money, and also I need to study, so it's kind of like, you know, You just don't got time for stuff like this as actively anymore when that happens. Oh yeah, you guys have school as well. I forgot that's about to start as well. For a lot of people. Nothing here either. These fox are just kind of weird always, man. Sometimes they just feel like they don't spawn for a while. Then randomly there's like 4 pairs in one zone and it's a pain in the ass, right? I wish I could get to that bear grinding part myself soon. But I still got, you know, one more grind to do until I can finally switch to the bears, like I've been wanting to for quite a while now, if I'm being honest. Because I'm definitely itching to finally grind some bears again, but you know how it is. I want to do it as my 10th grind. So I gotta get the 9th first. Really hoping I don't get unlucky. That would be so tragic, dude. Would be great to have some good luck finally for a while. It's like, if I'm being honest, I kinda deserve it at this point, right? I've been going through a lot of shit with this game. Guildier's going okay, I think. HM seems to be working. One thing I've noticed, for some reason, my respawns are working weird. In the sense that, they're not really respawning super consistently. Which I don't exactly know why that's happening. And the weird thing is, I had that weird run where I had like 1,000,000 diamonds for some reason happen. And ever since, I feel like my respawns have been super inconsistent, and I'm just not having that many deer in my runs, so it's kind of weird, right? So maybe it's a sign? I don't know, though. I highly doubt it. So we'll see what happens. You know, the fox is weird. Because, like, low-key, it's not that bad to grind for these things if you do it as, like, a side quest, almost. I just don't feel like this grind is meant to be your main grind, you know. I basically just shoot fox as much as I want and then switch to something else if I want to. I don't force myself to be stressed with this grind. It spawns when it spawns. It could take me literal fucking months to spawn this thing. So let's think about it this way. If I kill 20 males at least every day, that's gonna be at least 600 males killed every month, give or take, right? Today I've been actually shooting more, though. So if I could bump it up to even, like, you know, 30 males per day, which takes about an hour on average to kill that many, that's already like 900. Bump it up a little more and that's 1,000 in a month. I mean, at that rate, I do think you could pop a great one fox in like a couple months if you don't get super unlucky, right? Which I feel like I'm due for a pretty fucking short grind at this point. If it was the fox, man, that would be great. The fox is just like, if it starts to take super long, it becomes like such a chore, dude. As you all know. It is what it is. But, you know. Maybe we'll get lucky for once. Who knows? I'm gonna do Moose at some point. Like, if I'm being honest, for some reason, just Moose don't really interest me a lot. I don't know. It's not even like that the grind is really bad. Like, it is one of the harder ones. But, like, it's just the fact that I don't, you know, I don't like the Great One Moose enough to want to go for it, like, right now. With all Great Ones, right? I've always said this, it's a little overrated, I think, the Great One Moose. But it is still pretty good, right? I'm gonna be honest, the birch might honestly be my least favorite for the moose. Actually, no, I lied. It's the oak is worse than the birch, I think. Well, there's 2 pairs here right away. I think the pedal puff, you know, it's kind of like birch. But I think pedal puff looks nicer. Still. Yeah, I get that, Slime. It is a very majestic Great One. I've been low-key starting to think that the fox have some furs that are probably, like, let's say a fabled snow tar is my favorite Great One in the game, right? Something like a fabled candy cane fox might be the second best, or like third best, or something like that Great One in the whole game you can get for me. But all around, tar is like the best. But fox has some absolute bangers that I love so much, dude. Personally, I don't hate moose, I just think they're definitely a bit overrated. Really, Slime? Dude, a candy cane is just so... like, it is literally the perfect fur imaginable. It is just insanely good looking. It is so freaking well made. I think the fox has like the most pretty and beautiful furs out of any Great One in the entire game. But the Great One tar are just so majestic. They're super nice. Very cool. The Blood Moon is very nice too. They did such a freaking good job with the fox, man. That too. Like, let's be honest, they all look good. I don't think there's a single fur for the fox that I would not be happy with. And I just happened to get my least favorite when I got the fox, but... you know, it's still very, very, very pretty. And that's the good thing. Even though it was my least favorite, I still think it looks very good. But you know, something has to be at last place. So that's kind of, it is what it is. Dude, I have to go and take a look at the fox first. Like, there's so many that I feel like I'm forgetting something. The candy cane in the thumbnail I actually have for the stream. the fox is a candy cane. I don't know, it's just the colors are just so freaking nice, man. Let's pick these up real quick. Then I'll quickly take a peek. I definitely feel like I'm forgetting a thing here. You know, it's a weird thing that the fox is low-key not even as unenjoyable if you just do it in a... If you don't do it as a main thing, or your main grind, it really isn't as painful, you know? Which is nice. I'm glad there's a way to grind the fox that isn't completely miserable, right? Alright, hold on, let me take a look. The Hunter 3-1 Fox. Actually, I can just go to the Call of the Wild wiki. Here we go. Okay, so... Yeah, man, the candy cane colors are just so good, man. It's hard to pick a favorite, I think, for the Red Fox, if I'm being honest. Hold on. Freaking... The licorice is so freaking fluffy, dude. It's so good. I cannot pick a favorite. It's just not possible for the fox. I don't think I can do it. Pretty crazy. Okay. I thought that was a Mela for a second, but it is a dark red for sure. These things can sometimes really trick you if you can't see those small white patches in the bottom for the dark red. When it's like this dark, you can't really tell that it's red. Yeah, the Mystic Snowdrop is really good. I might like the Rosebud Frost more, because those two are very similar. I think, like, the fox has probably the best names for the furs, by the way. They're very creative and nice sounding. But also, I feel like one of the best fur names I've ever heard is Pedal Puff. It just rolls off the tongue so well. It's satisfying, I think. Pedal Puff. Thank you, Slime. See you around, man. Nothing fleeing there. Don't think there's anything there. You know, I've been sometimes just shooting this black grouse for some reason. It seems to sometimes respawn back in the similar area. Whatever. You know, just because, like, you never notice that it spawns as a diamond or something one of these freaking days or something. That would be so fucking funny. Kind of like I, shot a few Roosevelt elk. No, not Roosevelt elk. Rocky Mountain elk on the bear grind. And I actually managed to spawn a decent diamond doing that. It is pretty cool. Sometimes it really pays off. Diamond's not like anything insane, but you know, shoot, like you will at some point you will spawn something cool if they actually respawn, you know, at the right spots that you can see them again. Only one here. Pop, pop. What's up, Pongriz? How you doing today? Hope you're doing good. How many fox have I shot today? Seems like 33, apparently. I've shot like 60 of these things, I think, the past couple of days. Which is, you know, obviously not a lot, but considering I'm just doing this as a side project, like, over time, you know, that's definitely gonna accumulate quite a bit. Now, I might start doing this a bit more. It's like, I'm actually kinda not hating this right now as much as I thought I would. Because I'm not stressing about it, because I don't have to grind for the fox. So I can stop whenever and do something else and then go back when I want. So I will use every chance I get to grind for the fox. So we can get this grind done one of these days. I have 8 great ones. I actually had to think about that for a second because I just recently got a new one. The Fabled Scars Tar. And it's been a while since I had to think of something else. Okay, well there's 2 pairs here. It's pretty good. So 1, 2. Well, didn't get that one. Oh well. You have only 2 diamonds. I mean, not bad. Diamonds are nice. Some people don't have any diamonds. Whoops. What's up, Jake? How you doing today? Hope you're doing good. Hope the mule deer grind has been finally producing at least something cool. My red fox grind surely hasn't. You've crossed 2K now. Oh man. Oh man. Dude, that licorice is actually so nice. I found a picture of it. I just went through the great ones and the licorice is like pretty close to the top right there. Like, it is so good looking, man. It's so fluffy. It is so fluffy. I'm honestly fine with any freaking fur. Unless it's a duplicate. I don't want the cherry blossom again, obviously, but you know, any other fur I will be extremely happy with. Can those 2 fox please be at their zones, man? The fox sometimes do this, where it takes them a million years to show up. Oi hyvää päivää, mä sanon. Wait, what? Where's the female? I do want them both at the zone, so I don't have to come back again. Dude, what is it with this? What is it with this freaking pair, man? That's not showing up. I've only seen the male one time, and the female just doesn't want to show up. Like, what's up with that? Dude, come on. There we go, dude. Took way longer than it should have. Fucking hell. Whew. Nothing here. Either. Unlucky. Nothing here either. Fuck. Jake, that's my brother pretty clearly, apparently. And he's just trolling, so... don't take anything he says seriously. That's very clearly one of his old accounts. I knew pretty much right away. Yup. I didn't even realize myself at first, but... took about 2 messages pretty much for me to realize. Fuck. Okay, there we go. This will probably be the last Fox run for the stream, and then we'll hop on for a Tar run or a Mule Deer run, I don't really know. I'm kinda interested in the Mule Deer, because they've been acting super strange. Like, I've not seen anything like that. What they're doing right now with the Mule Deer. So, I am a little curious to see if something's about to pop, but I don't know. It's just really weird what they've been doing, so maybe we'll try a run of that and see if my respawns are back to normal, but I don't know. It's a bit strange. So maybe that's a good call to have a look. Nothing here. Oh well. Have to be always very quick with this zone. So there can be 2 different spots. There's 2 different spots where they can spawn, and they will flee right away when I spawn. or fast travel here, so I have to be very quick if there's something there. But looks like there was not, so we're good. Good to go to the next zone. I definitely don't have my respawns this run, it seems. I've barely shot anything this entire time, so yeah. That's a Fox classic. They do this sometimes, and it's very, very annoying. Makes the grind even more slow, as you might expect. Dude, my Fox were working way back when. Like, pretty decently. But I don't know, I've never been able to get them back to their original state. And it's empty here. Yeah, man. I don't know. Man, why do the Fox have to do this too, bro? I don't fucking know. Shit. That's sometimes what happens, though. I mean, I think that's a pretty good sign to switch grinds. Here we are, in a ski. Now, let's see. What are my mule deer doing? Are they still acting weird, or what are they trying to do? All right. Let's have a look. Well, I can already tell there's no respawns. Dude, I don't know, man. Fuck this. Fuck this, man. Like, it feels like mule deer are just, like, so unpredictable. Like, they just don't randomly work. And it's so annoying. Like, it's so fucking, like, why does this keep happening? They just don't go back to their normal state. Like, I just don't have respawns. And I have checked all exteriors multiple times, and there's no jumpers, so where the fuck are my mule deer? Then when I found bouncers, I set up on those places as well, and I've been grinding those, and I still don't have mule deer. So it's just like, what's going on, man? Plus my herd management is working, right? So like, there can't really be bouncers, you know? Because if there was, my HM would not be working. I'm actually gonna take this one down. Okay, it dies. Good. But like, it's just, it doesn't make any sense. How is this even real? Why are they not spawning? Was that a level 4 diamond? Nope, it was not. I can't still tell right away. Oh man, these fucking mule deer, dude. Just acting so annoying. And this zone always has respawns. Now it doesn't. It just doesn't have respawns for some reason. Like, I'm getting like I'm getting like no meal there per run because like there's just nothing to shoot. Like, it's annoying me so much, bro. Like, I just can't make anything spawn. Dude, when I get this great one mule deer, no matter what combo it is, like, I ain't doing a second grind anytime freaking soon, man. I mean, it kinda depends. Because bears are infinitely easier. Like, they're honestly, like, they're not hard at all, if I'm being honest. Like, ever since that method was found, you know, the SRP 4-leg method or whatever, it's been pretty trivial, but hard is just a pain. It's really difficult to set up. And even the grinding part can be super difficult at first. Slowly over time you will start to get it to work, but man, that can take so long. For me, every time I felt like my grind was working, then it just randomly broke again, and I didn't know what to do. Until I finally was able to make it work perfectly. And now it's at a very, very good state. Let's go here. So in conclusion, it really just depends what you want to do. If you're up for the challenge for the tar, sure, I guess, go for it. But if you want something like more fun and easier, go for bears. But just be prepared for a bunch of bullshit with the tar. Like, they are brutal, man. They are super brutal at first, especially. Like, I don't have respawns here. Like, it is... I don't even have any jumpers. It's just straight up I don't have respawns. Like, why is this it doesn't make any... What the fuck? Why? How am I supposed to grind for this great one when I get, like, 2 kills a run all of a sudden? I used to get, like, over 20. And now I get, like... I'm lucky to get 10, maybe. This might be my worst run I've ever had. Because nothing's respawning. Like, why is this happening? Like, what? I think what I should do is at some point, this is gonna be off stream, of course, but at some point I'll just leave my game open on ASCII for like 20-30 minutes. And maybe all my mule deer have respawned? Because it feels like only some of them respawn, which is not normal. How it pretty much should be is that if you don't have respawns, you just straight up don't have respawns on any zone, but it's only like a certain zones. But it's almost all of them, so that's a bit annoying. Like, only a few zones seem to get respawns randomly. And even them seem to be getting less on average than normal. So I really don't know why I'm missing so many of them. If I don't even have bouncers, like, why are they just... They're just literally not respawning for some reason. Maybe it's the... Maybe mule deer have the same thing as the whitetail, I guess? Where they can just randomly not respawn for no reason. And you just gotta literally wait. I don't know, though. Yeah, like, that's the thing. This was not a problem before, but it has randomly become a problem out of nowhere. Just completely randomly it's a problem. Like, what the fuck? Come on, mule deer. Why you gotta do this to me, man? There's a 4 here. Take that down. Yeah, that's the unfortunate thing for me too. I felt like mule deer just became super freaking boring. Just so fast, man. They felt so fun at the beginning and then they just became a complete freaking chore. But I don't even want to do it anymore. Like, it's not fun at all. I don't know why. But they just got super boring. Like, the thing with fallow is that it just doesn't become boring for some reason. And tar. And even bears. They're always pretty fun. The thing is, I'm a weirdo. And I think tar is my favorite grind. But let's be real, that's only because I got them to work super well. But majority of people would say tar is not very enjoyable and they suck. So based on the general like conclusion, I would say tar are probably not a community favorite, that's for sure. So yeah, on average people would say bears are infinitely more enjoyable than tar, yes. And I do realize that. Those are pretty good picks, Jake. I'm not personally as big of a fan of this spirit, but it is fine. It doesn't look bad, obviously. But the chestnut, that's pretty good. It's probably still my favorite fur, if I'm being honest. I think I'm done with mule deer already, like, jeez, it's so boring. Goodness, it's so boring. I hate this fucking grind, man. I mean, Spirit is like, a lot of people really do like it, so I do get that. Out of all the grinds I've done so far and tried, I gotta say, mule deer is probably my second least favorite grind in the entire game. It's just so boring. Pheasant is my least favorite because they never work, but I don't know. The mule deer are definitely in second place in the competition of what's the worst grind in the game. In terms of fun, that is. Because obviously mule deer are not that difficult, but they're just really boring. Is there anything else here? My normal 2s, but... and the not 3, but like... I don't think there's anything else to shoot. There's one more 3 to shoot. Of course. Well, fuck. Okay, well, that's not 9-2 slowly. We're good. I'm getting pretty close to 400 kills on the tar grind now. On the 3rd tar grind. Feels very good to finally be able to say that I'm going for my 3rd tar instead of my 2nd still. Also, I have now, hasn't been many kills, but hasn't been like, you know, many kills since this happened, but I crossed the milestone of 10,000 tar shot in total a little bit ago. So yeah, this is actually my second most grinded species in the game now. And I don't think it's gonna take very long for this grind to pass red tier. So very soon actually this will probably become my most grinded and hunted species in the entire game. I would say like a month tops. Yeah, the rares are very nice. There's so many to chase for. That's like a very nice side project to have. Like in some cases you might not even get every rare fur before a great one too. Sometimes you get a great one before you even get every fur. The rare furs, I mean. That's pretty interesting. For me, it definitely did not happen. Actually, no. I did get my first... I keep forgetting I got my first great one in only 1,000 kills, so... I believe I was missing the, red and the black. Not a bad prediction, Jake. Because, like... when the last grind was that long... I would say on average, it is definitely a lot more likely to have a shorter grind. Because like, when you've shot 10,000 tar, and you have only 2 great ones, it's pretty bad, right? It is pretty bad. I'm sure that some shorter grinds are finally gonna happen, though. I just have a feeling the bad luck is finally gonna... at least for now. It's gonna go away. And finally the good luck is gonna show itself for a bit. That would be very nice. Yeah, the mule deer just suck in so many ways. Like, you don't even make money. You're literally losing money on the grind. Dude, why are they suddenly feeding there? Like, I just don't get it, man. It's so random. And it's not even great. Like, this is ass. Can these guys please be at their normal spot? Like, come on, dude. I don't even need to reset time. I think I can just do this and they will be spawned. Like, it's crazy that you literally lose money on the mule deer grind. Like, ugh. Even though I don't even need money and it doesn't really matter, it still feels like ass to be losing money. Because I do like just getting absurd amounts of cash, right? Like, it is a part of the fun to see how much money you can have stacked up at once. Because I'm actually almost at 19 million, so we're getting pretty close to that 20 million milestone. So that's pretty cool. Let's have a look here. Shit. There we go. Couple 4s once again. Is that it? Or do we have something hiding once again? There's the female, but that we obviously don't shoot. How the fuck did I miss? I was zeroed incorrectly. That makes sense. That's a lot better. Dead. Alright. Anything here? That's one, for sure. That seems to be it, though. So that's 3 down. That's a diamond. No, it's not. Those are those horns. I see. Those horns score like 100 plus every time, but they never make it. So there is a couple to shoot here. Nice. That's what, 6 in total we need to grab? Okay, they're right here. Boom, and... where's the other one? Oh, right here. Boom. Then we have 1 on that zone, 1 there, and it's a couple more. Yeah, so 6 in total. Not bad. Ugh. Yeah, I would suggest bear. Especially like you are not super experienced with grinding still. So I think tar are maybe not the best pick right now. I think bears are just gonna be way better. Plus they make a lot of money, right? So it's a win-win really. For me, the tar make a lot of money too, but at first I bet they probably don't make a lot. Because it's a lot of trial and error and bullshit at the beginning, especially. I think... yeah, they're right here. I do remember now. But we'll run a little bit more. Man, I would love to get this tent back. I wish I could get that zone managed down pretty quick. It would be pretty cool. So I could get my tent back over here, but... it is what it is. I have not been grinding that zone normally, is the thing, but what happened is when I was managing down my tar a bit more, like 4 of the tar that I had been managing down decided to form a new zone over there. So now I've been, and when I've been shooting 2 from there every run, they seem to just respawn back there every time. So it's literally just a new zone to grind, right? So I thought, wait, I could literally just rotate on that zone until all of them become level 2s or even 1s, you know. Nice, Jake. Big boy. I still can't believe I got a fucking massive freaking mule deer yesterday. I believe max score is 342.71 as far as I know. And mine was 342.66, so 0.05 below max. It's kind of crazy. Low key, Jake, I feel like the money thing isn't gonna be a problem. Like, you should probably just switch to bears for a while. Or something else. Because, like, you're losing so much money and you don't have money. Like, for me, it's okay because it's not even gonna make a dent. Because I have too much from my other grinds. But for you, because you don't have, like, money at all, really, from other grinds. So you're just gonna lose it all pretty quick. So if you did bears now, you could come back to mule deer later with, like, $1 million. And it wouldn't be a big deal, right? Do need to count that kill. There we go. The bears make like 1,300. I pulled the number completely out of my ass, by the way. But they make something along those lines. Amount of money per bear. And the good thing with those is that, you know, you shoot them with a 300 anyway. And that's a completely fine caliber to use against the bears, right? So you're gonna pass the harvest check every time. Because if you pass the harvest check, you get more money, right? So it's pretty good. Ugh. Freaking tar. Can you just not be in that spot specifically, man? Yeah, that's fair enough, Jake. You can go for a little more if you want, but it is obviously very recommended to just make money first. It's a female tar. Let's see. What else do we have here? I gotta check this one more time just in case, though. I think there's only 3 here this time around from what I can see. So we're just gonna leave it at that, obviously. Then these ones are not feeding at a very convenient spot once again. That's actually a very good point. I guess it's like a thing some people, like a lot of people, don't really consider. Myself included. I don't really even like, it doesn't cross my mind that money can be actually a problem. But as you can see, it definitely obviously can. Because if you don't have 10 billion trillion dollars already, you're gonna lose a lot of money. And when you don't have a lot of it to begin with, that's not very good. You know what I've been thinking of doing? I don't know if I'm gonna do it, but I was thinking, what if I do like a crazy thing where I buy 100,000 bullets to this 300. 100,000 bullets. That's $9.5 million. That's like, that's like about half of my money. That's almost about exactly half of all my money I have, which is kind of insane. So I don't know if it's worth it. I mean, it doesn't really matter though. It's $9.5 million if I have that left. It's still almost 10 million. I'm not gonna run out of that amount of money anytime soon. But yeah, I could easily do that if I want. I don't know if I don't know if anyone has ever bought 100,000 bullets. I wonder how long it's gonna take to even buy that many. At least 2 to shoot. And it seems to be only 2 to shoot. Okay. There we go. I mean, I literally just grind like normal, and eventually, I mean, it's just gonna stack up over time. Because I don't lose money at all. I make quite a bit of money when grinding, so I just never run out of it. I make a lot more than I spend. So over time, it just, you know, stacks up. So if, like, one tar, 997, 1014 was that. Like, let's say on average, I think it's a little less, but let's say on average, a tar makes $1,000 per mail. That's quite a bit of money per 100 kills alone. I mean, that's 100,000, right? So over time, 1,000 kills is about $1 million for them. Keep in mind, it's more like $900, I think. We can check with these level 3s and stuff, I think, to get maybe a more realistic number potentially, but let's see. How much do these ones make? This is a level 3. Very average tar. There's one more I think that I saw, but can we take it down though? Yes, we can. Nice. We don't have to come back. Anyway, let's have a look. How much do these actually make? I believe it's about 900 to 1,000 bucks per tar. This one was a 4. 1019. $907. 923. So it is literally just about 900 to 1,000 bucks. Because I spawn mostly just level 3s minimum. Sometimes I spawn a level 2 and those probably make a little less than 900, but this one was another 3, I believe, so let's see. How much does this one make? 907. Okay, so let's say on average I make 950 bucks per 100. I mean, 95,000 bucks per hour. Not an hour. What the fuck am I talking about? Not an hour. Per 100 kills. That's what I was trying to say. 95,000 per 100 kills, right? That's not too bad. It's like, what? 1.5 hours of grinding, maybe? So it does add up quite a lot over time, as you might think. There's nothing in this game that makes as much money as just pure freaking straight up hardcore grinding. Oh yeah, that's not great, Jake. That's gonna slow down the progress a lot. Might as well go back to the meal deer in like a month or two. When you actually have like a pretty decent stack of cash saved up. Hold on a second. Bro. That's funny. Alright. Anyway. Back to the game. What's up, Nicholas? How you doing today? Hope you're doing good. Okay, so I did a tar run right now. So we've done some fox, we've done a meal deer run, a tar run. Is there anything else I could do a run off? Real quick. I could do some fox again, that's right. Like, it's not even that ass, the fox grind at the moment. I just don't think it's suitable for a main grind. Like, that is what is gonna make you lose your mind. There we go. I can speak English. Kinda. Definitely, for sure. Possibly. Good to hear, Nicholas. Hope you get your second fellow soon. Would be awesome to see. You know, it's a good thing to sometimes check this area just in case you have like a annoying fox that has jumped. That's the weird thing. They can sometimes jump there, and it's super odd why they do that. They're not really supposed to. Shit. The thing is, because I left immediately when I noticed that my respawns are not really working, is I would pretty much need to wait for a bit. I guess we're just gonna do the run and see if they have respawned now, though. Who knows? Maybe they have. Let's see. Would be good. I mean, there's at least one pair. What's up, Mossman? How you doing today? Hope you're doing good. There we go. I did not herd manage bear, no. I haven't done it yet, at least. But it is a bit of an interesting thing, because like apparently the bears actually, they manage down pretty quick, from what I've heard. And it's a little bit of a pain because they can jump pretty much anywhere, right? But it's honestly not that bad, considering how fast they can manage down at times. So if you have like a pretty decent amount of, you know, stacked nines, or diamonds, I should say, on your main zones, I think that's just gonna make the process even more quick. So it does seem like it could be a bit of pain, but, you know, a couple days worth of jamming, I think it's worth it for a very nice grind. Good to hear, Moss man. Nothing here either. That's good to hear, Nicholas. Dude, I just kind of gave up on the fallow deer HM because holy shit, they just fucking suck to manage down because of the solos. Like, if the solos were not as brutal as they are, I think it would really not even be that bad. But the solos just make it such an unenjoyable experience that I just cannot be bothered. And honestly, now I have 3 great ones anyway, so... you know... It's kinda just whatever. I'm not really even interested in doing HM for them anyway at this point. So I probably will not do that at any point. For fallow. I do use tripods for Blackberry, yeah. I don't really know how they actually affect the grind if you don't. A lot of people say that it doesn't really make a difference, but for me at least, if I, you know, accumulate too much hunting pressure on a zone, even if it's a black bear zone, it still gets deleted. So, I think. Actually, I'm not sure now that I think about it. Never mind. In conclusion, I really don't know how it affects the bears if you don't have tripods. I have one zone that doesn't have, and it doesn't seem to affect it in any way, but I don't know. It's tough to tell. Because I'm only doing it on like one spot, so it might not do anything. But if I, let's say, didn't have a tripod on every single zone, that would be very different, right? That's great to hear, Hunter. Hope a great one's about to pop soon, as well. That is true, the red deer are interesting with solos. Like, you can actually grind solo red deer pretty reliably. They are not super difficult to predict where they will go. Right, like the fallow are very brutal when it comes to solos. What guide should I watch for black bear? I don't actually know. If I had to recommend one, I would imagine Scarecrow probably has a pretty good guide. For pretty much anything you wanna grind, you know. Except Fox. I don't think he has a Fox grind guide, because he definitely doesn't know enough about this grind anyway. He doesn't even grind Fox. But that's besides the point. I think if I had to pick, I would, you know, pick Scarecrow, but yeah. Pretty much, Nicholas, yeah. What's up, Kyle? How you doing? Hope you're doing good. Yeah, Flinter has a good Fox guide. It is pretty good. I'm doing pretty good. Thanks for asking. I mean, the thing is, That's the brutal part for bear HM, is because they're solos, they just kind of jump all over the place. But it is more likely that they will spawn somewhere a bit closer to the spot you shot it from. Kind of like 1 kilometer away in some completely random lake that bear has never been to before, right? But, you know, they are solo, so they will jump. So it is a bit of a hassle. It's not the easiest HM, I would say, because of that, but they manage down pretty fast. That's the positive part. Can these please stop running so I can take a shot? Feel like they should have stopped running by now? What the fuck? Now they're like kind of hiding. Oh man. Look, they're exactly in a spot where I can't shoot them. Well, I'm just gonna try that one again, man. That's a bit annoying, but whatever. Can't do shit about it. Okay, let's go back here. I stack sometimes, yeah. I tend to stack when I do HM. It definitely does help. Okay. Let's try that one again. There we go. Can I please click? There we go. 152 foxes into the second grind. Actually, I'm actually getting some kills going on finally. Getting closer and closer to 200 male shot. Making some steady, solid progress. Yeah, that is true. So, definitely when you do stacking, make sure the HM is done before you shoot the stacked ones. Or at least at the level you have wanted it to be, right? Nothing there. Well, that's unfortunate. Not too bad respawns. They leave a tiny bit less than I should have, like 1 or 2 pairs max, but... well, there we have 1 pair, but the male is like really hidden. Well, there it is. If that's it for this zone. How long have I been streaming? Let's see. That long, okay. Let me see one thing real quick. Alright. I think I'm debating, do I do one more run of Fox or just dip for now? I don't really know. Gatwall. It's a pretty decent, wait, that's tufted duck. Never fucking mind. There's so many of these freaking birds here, dude. It's a pretty decent golden eye. That's beside the point, though. One more run. You asked, I delivered. Alright, let's do one more run, I think, too. It's good to shoot as many foxes as possible. Let's be honest. On the second grind, I have 153 males. A few less females, but basically the same amount. First grind was 2,362 males, so I've crossed over 2,500 male kills, so I've definitely killed quite a few fox at this point. I think I have killed about 5,000 foxes in total now, though. Males and females, so definitely quite a few. Jeez, man. This just brings me memories back to when I was doing the first grind. Just how painful that shit was, like, Jesus. It's not even been very long. And it still feels like forever ago for some reason. It's been like a month. Fuck, man. That's crazy, dude. Nothing here. Okay. Yeah, I feel like Foxcray 1, let's be real, it's only worth it if you genuinely want it so bad that it's like your second, like your favorite, second favorite, like somewhere in the top 3 or something like that. If you genuinely really love the Great One Fox, it's worth it. But still, as your main grind, I don't know if I can just recommend it. Like, it's that bad. It's just so ass. It's like, if I fully committed to this grind, I just feel like I would not be making it. I just feel like I would not make any progress, right? It feels so slow. Like, over time, you obviously make progress and you can, you know, see the number go up. But at first, it feels like nothing's happening. Plus, the fox can be very brutal, also in the way that it takes forever to get anything to pop. Because, like, they work weirdly, I've noticed that. It's almost like they go in waves. That you go on a huge dry streak of nothing but shit. And then you get 9s randomly. Like every other one or something to pop. Same with even rares. Even rares just randomly pop. But then it's just like 200 to 300 kills of literally nothing but dog shit. So it can be very brutal because of that too. Because there's just nothing to look forward to for a while. A lot of the time. You just see like your regular fox like these that I'm shooting right now. Pretty much every run for like 200 to 300 kills. And then you randomly get like 3-4 diamonds. in the next 6 runs or something. My favorite Call of the Wild creator, I will have to go with Scarecrow, I think. I like his streams quite a bit. Also, I do watch quite a few of his videos. Usually, I mean, I like to watch them while I'm doing something else. Like, I pretty much always, I watch like, Scarecrow's newest video when I'm like grinding or something to get it started. I've been watching so many of his videos that I'm almost running out of. Like, I don't even know what I've watched already, you know. Because I've binged so much of his content while grinding, man. In the past, like, half a year. Flinter too. I like Flinter quite a bit. I have, I usually am in his streams for a bit at least. And I do watch his videos too. The same way as I do with Scarecrow, I pretty much only watch him when grinding though, so that's that. I don't actually know if the, like, codex, I think for newer players it is fine, but for older players the codex is completely broken. Like, for me, I could not even trust the codex. Because I've been playing for so many years, right? So, I can't trust it. I don't know if the harvest amount is actually true or not. I don't see why the harvest amount or the kill amount, whatever it's called, would be broken. But you never know with the codex. It's just not a very reliable way of checking stats for older players specifically. I honestly don't know if there's been any bugs with it or issues with it for a while. So it might be that newer players have actually codexes that are completely viable. But for me, it's definitely, you know, completely fucked. So I barely, like, never, I just pretty much never check it anyway. You know, let's see. Not that. This. The game says I have 48,000 harvests. 8 great ones. Almost 600 diamonds, you know. So, I could see that being true, but I can't fully trust it. Because I bet that is broken. In some ways. That's actually a very good point, Jake. It feels like Fox, on average, is the longest grind in the entire game, which is completely fucked. Let's be real, that is insane. Not only is it the slowest, most painful, probably even unfun grind, all in all, but it also appears that on average, Fox grinds are the longest grinds. Isn't that kind of insane? I can't see anything now. There's one. Right there. It's a level 4 female. Okay. I quickly take a peek at the male over there. Nope. Just check here if there's anything, and then I'm probably gonna end it off for now, boys. Yeah, it's the 5 medium. Who cares? Yawn. Freaking yawn. Anyway. Nah, I don't need a nighttime scope. The Odin, I believe, just zooms way further anyway. And I can see them just fine. Let's actually see. I think I actually have it right now with me. Yeah. That like barely even helps. Am I crazy, or does that low-key make it even more difficult to see them? Yeah, that's just better. I don't know, I'm not too big into this freaking night vision stuff in the game. That's pretty good, Luke. Congrats, man. Yeah, I feel like the scope is lacking a bit of zoom. I don't know. I don't really care for it, though. Oh, man. Okay. Okay, so there we go. I think it's time to end it off. And if anyone has anything to say, I think now it is time. If you have any last minute questions or something you want to tell me. Oh, I have to go eat something, man. I've only eaten like one meal today, like, I don't know, 6-7 hours ago. Oh man. No questions, glad I got to tune in onto the stream. Good to have you here, Mossman. Hope I see you in the next one as well. Anyway, I think I'll just end it off for now. Gonna go eat something. Sure, I'll be there. Hope so. But anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the stream. And I'll see you in the next one.